need to find where I put it. Go back. All right, always good to have that ready to go, Carole. Thank you. All right, sharing my screen again. I'm going to take you straight over to the start page for pathways. Now, I'm sure you're all familiar with this page if you have gone into pathways in any way, shape or form. This is referred to as the start page. And on it, you'll see 3 blue tiles. These become very familiar to you as you come and go from this particular page. Now, for me, the middle one is all important. It's when and how I select which club I'm going to be accessing my base camp on behalf of. I've got 4 clubs. I'm a little bit greedy, of course, and therefore I need to choose which one I want before I go in. So I'll just go speakers for now, and then you'll see below it that I can go directly to the base camp. But I'm not going to go there yet. I wanted to make note of the other parts of the start page very briefly for you. And Amit, if you can give me an audible sound at 10 minutes, that would be awesome.
I shall do that.
Thank you. If you are wanting to select a path for yourself, you click on the Yourself button here. If you are selecting for another member in your club, you can do that by selecting another member, and then you get to choose the member from whichever club you have access to as a base camp manager. In my case, those 2 clubs. But let me go in as myself, because I wanted to briefly show you that when you've finished a path and you want to choose another one, you don't have to go through the self-assessment again. All you need to do, scroll to the bottom of the next page, click Take Your Assessment as if you were going to take your assessment, and it gives you the option to skip it. Right down the bottom here is Skip Assessment. Because I've already looked ahead and I know which path I want to do next. I've finished 3 and I'm partway through my 4th and I want to choose the next one. All you need to do at this point is to select from those that are showing. And you'll notice the Engaging Humour one, which is recently added, is available to you, and all you would need to do is choose this path. The new thing that I noticed today, I'm sure it's new, I don't remember seeing it there before, is that little bit of instruction at the top that says when you purchase a path in Pathways, a new shopping cart will be created, etc. So that's a nice way to break you in gently. Let us go back though, through the middle this time, to that start page again. And you'll find the start page on the left here. If I wanted to, I would have gone straight to base camp using the other choice that was there in that page. But I'm wanting to show you all the different ways that you can navigate in here. Right, next I want to do go to base camp, just checking that I'm still in Indigo Speakers, and I'll click in to go to base camp. Of course, it takes a few seconds to get there, and especially because I'm pushing this through Zoom, there may be a delay in the shared screen that I'm working with. Here we go. All right. If you can just wave at me to let me know that you can see that. Mm-hmm. Excellent. And here are the 5 blue tiles below the big pictures that comprise the landing page or the dashboard. And right at the bottom, if you want to return to what we were looking at a moment ago, the Pathways start page, there's a link at the bottom. A couple of things to note here. There's 2 ways you can get to your transcript using the second blue tile. which they've now added the words access my path. Very sensible. Or I could go directly to the curriculum that I'm currently working on in my path by clicking down here. I'm not going to do that today because Christina is going to show you that particular part. I'm going to use the link to the education transcript. And that will take me to an area that shows me what I have available in my path right now. Waiting for it to refresh. And right at the top, every time you go into your transcript, it reminds you with that text at the top. If you're not sure how to work in your projects, then you can click into the View the Work in My Projects Overview tutorial, which is useful. Gives you a few reminders here and the information about launching to ensure that your pop-up blocker is turned off. Below all of that is what is showing in your transcript. In other words, what's available to me now. And right now, I'm only interested in my curriculum page. So there's some filters at the top of the left column that allow me to show just the curriculum. So I'll click into all types and choose curriculum. And the only one that I have active at the moment is my fourth path called Team Collaboration. And on the right side, that's where you would go to open your curriculum. I'm going to avoid that at the moment because I wanted to show you what you can do inside the training details for your path. At this point, you click on the title of the path and wait for the screen. And it will give you some information about the path at the top. And here is the whole curriculum laid out for you. Now, this is where I find it most useful to be able to plan ahead. Here I can find out all of the projects that are involved in any path, and I can see how they're grouped together in their levels. If you want to learn a bit more about each level, there's an information icon alongside each one. We'll click into that one, and it will just pop up some instructions for you about what you're doing inside level 1. So I hope you'll be able to use that next time you go in and have a look at your transcript. It's just a useful reminder, I find, for what this level is all about. In the second column, it tells you that in the levels, there are online classes and PDFs. And that's the way in which they categorize the different parts of your transcript. You'll notice in mine that I've finished the icebreaker and it's showing as completed over here in the status column. And if I wanted to, I could go back and launch it from here, or I can evaluate it. And this is the one that Michelle's going to talk about a bit later on how you evaluate the project itself. Underneath the icebreaker are the other 2 projects that are not yet activated by me in this path. And if I was ready to, I could activate them here. So I'm hoping that that all makes sense to you when you view this particular part of your transcript. I find it very useful. When I'm further down the track with a path and I want to just see the activated training, I can use the filtering at the top left. Clicking into the activated training button now should just show me the level 1 that I have activated, and I scroll to find that. And there we are. So there's just one online class that I have completed, and it compresses all the others so that they're not taking up so much space on the screen. All right, I'm going to stop sharing at this point and come back and see if you've got some questions before I go to the next point. All right. All you need to do is shout out. Do you have a question or a comment?
No, I don't have I'm up to that bit okay.
You're okay with that, Daryl? Good on you. Thank you very much.
Hi there. One thing, Carole, I know when I'm using the whole of that navigation panel, I'll actually compress the screen so that I can view the whole thing and don't have to scroll up and down.
Yes.
You know, just, yeah, that might be of help to some people. They can view it, they can then enlarge it later.
And there is an option to actually print that.
Yes.
What I've done today is I've expanded my browser window so that it's showing in about 125%. Because it's small writing, I wanted you to be able to see it all. So yes, you can do all sorts of things when you choose that part of your transcript by managing your own browser. Good point, Debbie Rose. Go to the top of the class. Any other comments or questions? All good with that?
Yeah.
All right. Let me go back to my slides and I'll just see if I've forgotten anything. Because what I did do was I created some slides that actually take you through. So what I will do at the end is share these with everybody so that if you need to do the same thing for someone at your club, you can see what I did today. And so all of the pieces that I've been showing you are highlighted here with our little moving panels. And I've covered all of that, and the education transcript is showing there. And so I'm really just summarising now what I did.
Carole, this is Amit here. We're just on time.
Excellent. All right. I think then that I am finished. And activate or launch. Yes. So I'm going to stop sharing and come back to introduce Christina. Christina's got